Good day, all. My name is Dinara Dikhanbayeva, and I'm the presenting author of the paper Industry 4.0 Challenges and Opportunities for Kazakhstan SMEs. So the content of today's presentation first will be introduction part, where we'll cover what is Industry 4.0, what is the main aim of the paper, and so on. Second will be literature review covering three main questions. Third will be Industry 4.0 analysis of Kazakhstan SMEs. And finally, conclusion and managerial implications along with analysis summary will be provided, of course. So what is Industry 4.0? I'm sure you all know about it. Industry 4.0 is a part of the fourth industrial revolution, automates and digitize processes in manufacturing. But Industry 4.0 isn't just about investing into new technology. It's about revolutionizing the way your entire business operates and grows. So how it is connected to mass customization? Industry 4.0 increases the flexibility of production processes. So in order to fabricate the products with a high level of customization that in some way resembles their of crafts manufacturing. And what is the main aim of the paper is to analyze the current concepts of Industry 4.0 based on the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats SWOT analysis of SMEs in Kazakhstan towards this digital transformation. So let's elaborate more what Industry 4.0 can offer to SMEs. Listing some is to tap into new market niches easier, is to reduce value creation cost and improve operational performance, improve efficiency, and many more. And what facts do we know about SMEs that can faster their journey to implement Industry 4.0? First of all, that the power of the leader in SMEs is immense and decisive, and on the other hand, the flat organizational structure of SMEs contributes to the smooth communication, close control inside of the company, thus reducing the risk failures. And mentioning some critical success factors, during the literature review, we find out that one of the main critical success factors for small firms is upgrade of R&D level in order to meet new demands and offer additional value to their customers, as well as well-developed strategy with realistic business-oriented investment plan needs to be mentioned. And another critical success factors is the competence of employees, because Industry 4.0 entails the modifications of the skill set of employees so they require constant support through training. And moving from the general SMEs to the Kazakhstan SMEs, let me introduce in short some main points. First of all, Kazakhstan economy heavily dependent on the extraction of natural resources, and more than 50% of the cumulative exports stood for the oil and gas industry and accounted for 40% of the country's total revenue during the last decades. The other point, the total SMEs GDP contribution is around 28.4%, while the share in total employment is a little bit more than 38%. Also, SMEs in Kazakhstan are categorized in terms of staff headcount and annual turnover and divided to three, as you can see on your screens: medium-sized, small, and individual entrepreneurs, where the last individual entrepreneurs actually take the major part, and out of 100% occupies more than 81. Talking about the actions that government of Kazakhstan implements towards Industry 4.0, I want to share one of the successful national programs named Digital Kazakhstan. In 2 years period from 2017 till 2019, 8,000 new jobs were created, while the number of trained citizens to improve their digital literacy exceeded 532,000. By the way, this program is still running. So moving to the main analysis part, let me present the SWOT analysis, and of course we'll go through each factor, first the internal ones, strengths and weaknesses, moving to the external opportunities and threats. So let's start with the strengths then. High product specialization refers to the capabilities of SMEs to focus on a certain number of products, gradually improving the quality and manufacturing techniques. Also, the flat organizational structure, which actually was mentioned before, so let's move to the third one, is a strong entrepreneurial spirit, which is actually can be a supporting index for SMEs as well. 60% of the adult population in Kazakhstan see entrepreneurship as a real source of income, and 46% of adults actually proceed from talk to action, which is quite a high percent. As well, according to statistics, the fear of failure decreased from 40% in 2007 to 18% in 2017. Another strong aspect that can be considered is a positive economic impact to the company. As we mentioned before, benefits such as cost reduction, increase of efficiency, increase of productivity, and others. And one of the successful examples that I want to share also based on the culture of firm in Kazakhstan, which implemented modular automated systems along with GIS and ERP systems. And as a result, the costs were optimized, the malfunctions of equipment were minimized, and the overall equipment productivity increased by 10% in a short period of time. And the next internal factor is weaknesses, and the first item will be the lack of knowledge about Industry 4.0, because the majority of Kazakhstan enterprises still lack of understanding of Industry 4.0 concept and its potential benefits, which is actually the barrier for its adoption. Another obstacle is the shortage of financial resources, of course. Lack of proper financial resourcing decelerates the R&D activities within SMEs, which makes it impossible for them to create new technologies in a timely manner. Also, poor financial support from the government and a huge amount of bureaucracy in order to get that help needs to be mentioned. And the third will be the lack of qualified personnel in SMEs, actually also frequently mentioned in the literature, while the qualification of the top management is not less relevant, by the way, as well, since for Kazakhstan SMEs, the most common hierarchy is top-down. All decision-making processes are highly centralized. Therefore, the lack of awareness by top management about Industry 4.0 negatively affects not only for them, but to the overall qualification and knowledge level of employees in the organization. So, and since Industry 4.0 is not only about digitalization and technologies, a lack of well-developed strategy is also one of the major issues for SMEs. As we know, thoroughly developed strategy and its stepwise implementation plays a crucial role in the transformation of any process. So, reaching the external factors, opportunities. First, the governmental support can be discussed, which includes the financial and tax incentives, contributes decisively towards Industry 4.0 adoption among SMEs, and therefore can be considered as one of the driving factors, by the way. And providing some examples, first, the CIRPe modernization initiation can be mentioned, which plans to train 10,000 specialists until 2025 with high digital competency. Second will be Business Connections program, which already trained of more than 3,000 senior managers of SMEs. And finally, Business Roadmap 2020 program with a project Senior, where SMEs had an opportunity to invite foreign experts in order to get professional training and create a network. So another positive impact of Industry 4.0 for SMEs, besides profit increase, is the possibility to consolidate into global value chain and extend the current market niche. In 2013, the percentage of direct export of manufacturing products within Kazakhstan firms consisted only about 2.5%, while in the neighborhood countries, the percentage was twice higher. And also, it was stated that 98% of Kazakhstan firms do businesses only on the domestic level, while the inclusion of SMEs towards the global value chain could potentially facilitate the knowledge sharing environment, as well as the creation of new business models with a globalized market focus. And the last but not least, of course, is resolving environmental issues such as climate change, floods, forest fires, and COVID-19. This is just some examples that have shaken the world recently and changed our perception about fossil resources and their harsh usage. So Industry 4.0 in this point can help to optimize the usage of resources, decrease waste, and lead to a more sustainable approach. However, there are threats as well. The low integration level of the triangle between academia, industry, and government, as well as the poor level of innovative activities in Kazakhstan, negatively affects SMEs in terms of R&D level. So currently, the share of innovative activities in the gross national product is only 1.5%, and only around 16% of the Kazakhstan organizations are engaged in innovations. Just in comparison, in Switzerland, this number is almost 73%, in Austria 62%, and in Germany 64%. So next, data security issues appeared almost with a boost of internet and still can be considered as very significant. In 2017, Kazakhstan was positioned in the 83rd place for global security index, which is quite low. Also low level of intellectual property rights within the country, and almost no legislation about online data property makes it one of the major reasons and the main reasons that disrupt the adoption of cloud technologies in companies. And another threat in Kazakhstan was recognized as corruption. More than 15% of Kazakhstan SMEs reported that corruption is one of the main obstacles to run businesses. And as well, of course, corruption negatively affects the organization's reputation, damage, and impacts the overall economic development of the country. So finally, to sum up, based on the findings as well as developed SWOT analysis, some of the recommendations for the future development of the SMEs sector in Kazakhstan were developed by our team. So first, it is important to add major modifications to the evaluation methods of the state programs, since the lack of transparency and implementation of measures only on paper makes it even more challenging to make clear assessment of needs of SMEs and prevents their development. And of course, to reconsider the microfinancing, tax incentives, and leasing mechanism for SMEs in order to make it possible for them to access technology and tools of Industry 4.0. Second is to change the cultural perception of people about digitalization, Industry 4.0, and increase their awareness. Third will be increase of training programs to all levels of employees to improve their digital literacy is utmost important, especially nowadays. And finally, taking into account the strengths of SMEs, increased customer orientation and adopt novel business strategies to further enhance interaction with customers. Indeed, the recommendations are not limited to the indicated above and could be extended by using other instruments. So finally, this work aiming to explore the correlation between two emerging topics is Industry 4.0 and industrial development of economies such as Kazakhstan. In conclusion, it could be stated that Industry 4.0 is already affecting businesses, including SMEs, and we believe that examining the current state of SMEs for their readiness to Industry 4.0 and understanding the essence of the challenges that hamper it in countries such as Kazakhstan will provide policymakers, SMEs managers, and researchers with valuable information for future SME 4.0 transformation projects. And that's all for my presentation. Thank you very much. Have a good day.